You're tuned to Channel 53, your non-stop 24-hour entertainment information powerhouse.
I'd like to say hello to Alan, our only viewer. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. The Literary Cafe Talk Show starring Chad Stanley with Chris Fayre,
I'm the operator with my
Circus Interruptus, and Linda Baldizzi
I'm the operator with my
will now commence.
And now, the king of cable access time killing, Chad Stanley.
Good evening and welcome back to the Literary Cafe Talk Show. My next guest is an artist, but you can tell, I mean, it's all around us right now. Mannequins, and more mannequins. Please welcome Chris Fayre to the stage. Chris, this is the tightest the band has ever sounded.
Yeah.
You guys are sounding great tonight. Round of applause for the band. My God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Chris, pleasure to meet you. You know, I promised Brian that I'd give him a cheap plug.
Yeah,
Brian.
at a Java Jungle and
That's
Off
right.
the Records. They're on, was it Clifton and like
It's right around
115.
Lakewood, Cleveland.
Yeah,
border.
right by Clifton Webb and It's It Deli. I used to work there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dishwasher.
Yeah,
Good
well,
job.
There I was just having a cup of double espresso, which I'm fond of, over at Brian's fine establishment, the Java Jungle on Clifton there, right on the Cleveland-Lakewood border. And, I'm talking about the talk show, all the pressures that go on with being a talk show host. You know, we're kind of talking about that. And Brian is just, he doesn't say much. He just takes my money and pours me another cup of coffee. And then he tells me, "You talk to that guy back there." And I said, "Oh, that guy?" He goes, "Yeah, he did all the mannequins in the window." And those of you that frequent that part of the world, Clifton, right on the Lakewood-Cleveland border, your mannequins, hand-painted, all original, are now in the window of the Java Jungle.
Yeah.
Correct. And
There's a couple at Hemp Fields
Uh-huh.
and Axiom also on Detroit.
okay,
Round Herd in Detroit is where...
the early part of Lakewood, right on Detroit, right there.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so pictures tell 1,000 words or
Yeah.
close to it. I mean, where'd you get your start in working on mannequins? When did you work your first mannequin?
The first one was dated 94.
Uh-huh.
Like somebody gave me a bunch of mannequins, like a couple of female torsos,
Yeah.
and painted them up.
Is that like a black market thing, female mannequins?
Kinda. I mean, it's hard to get them sometimes. So
anyway, you got your hands on some female mannequins.
Yeah.
I know the band,
If anybody
can
out
totally
there would
relate.
want to sell any mannequins or give me any mannequins, that'd always be appreciated.
There you go.
So-
And so you just started working on it. You started doing it.
Well, yeah, because I was always painting and stuff. And, just seemed like something to
I
do.
don't know. How would you describe it? Though I mean, do we got a good? Let's get a shot of the mannequins again, while you're get a nice tight shot on them, while you're explaining them. What guides you, Chris, while you're working on the mannequins? What's kind of are you kind of like coming up with new designs all the time, or is there a particular aesthetic behind it?
What paints I have, what colors I have. Because usually I'll find stuff in the trash. But recently I purchased some paint from, I forget what the name of the place is. There's a good deal on paint though, nonetheless. And yeah, vibrant colors. Because before all I had was black and white. It had some browns and stuff. This is the new colors of paint.
Wow.
That, yeah, that's kind of the older ones. But
it's kind of hard to say. I mean, the black and white kind of is a strong visual by itself.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's just like classic, black and white. It's opposites. So it's been going on.
So now about a couple years, going on 3. You've been working on mannequins.
I did a few and took time off. I didn't really think much of it until
take a break every now and then.
Until about 90. Yeah, last year I'd say. Last year is when I really started like doing it. Like getting a bunch of of mannequins going.
So what if you took all the mannequins that you've ever painted and put them all stuck them all in a room, had a mannequin party?
Yeah.
What would that be like?
Well,
pretty freaky.
It may be going on at Isabel's Cafe on May 9th.
Give yourself a plug.
Yeah, on May 9th. May 9th it'll be there. There'll be a bunch. It won't be all of them, but it'll be a lot, nonetheless.
So that's is that one of those Tremont Art Walk things?
Yeah, exactly. A Tremont Art Walk, May 9th.
So the Isabel's Cafe. That's what is that road? What's the name of that road?
Is that 14?
That's
14, I think.
Is that 11?
Lemco Hall.
Right by Lemco Hall there.
Yeah,
Isabella's Cafe. 11, West 11th Street. You can't miss it.
Oh, it's not 14th?
No, 14th is the highway exit.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. You're close, though.
Yeah, I'm from Lakewood.
And by the way, you're not far from the Literary Cafe.
Yeah, just around the corner.
So start your evening at the Literary Cafe, get good and lit, and head over to Isabella's.
This rock and roll interruption is from the heart of the South Side, where we're kicking down the rock and roll jam.
Or did you like linger around, the female section of a department store? And
the females pretty much, somebody gave me the female mannequins, and just painted them. The first one I painted, and the second one I made into a lamp with a one of those lights. I don't see any of them around. You know where they look like an arm sit on the desk? Yeah.
Okay.
So and that was on one. And it kind of swung around, sat up high. I don't know. It's about, I forgot the question. Did I answer it?
I think these mannequins would work well in a music video.
Yeah. I thought about videos. Thought about postcards. Thought about like for tourists, have it like set up at different places in Cleveland. So if there's maybe any photographers that want to deal.
Are there any
them.
photographers here tonight that would like to take photographs of Chris's mannequins? There's one.
There's a lot out there.
Now again, I mean, apart from Isabella's, you've been kind of just like displaying them on a catch can, like you have some over at the Java Jungle, have some over at Axiom, Hempfields and all that.
Right.
Do you have a phone number, or an address, or a web page that somebody out there that's a big fan of hand-painted mannequins can get a hold of you?
Yeah, they could, I guess, call me at my house at 228-8195, or probably call Java Jungle, or he might take a message or something for me. Yeah, I'd just try my house, so probably. I think that'd probably be the best.
Do you come into the Java Jungle regularly?
Every few days I'll probably, If I'm, because I'll be painting for a while and I just have to get out of the house. And I'll take a walk, stop by there.
If I may suggest, it might be a nice scene if you would actually like hand paint a mannequin in full view of everyone. Have you ever thought of that? They're like turning it almost into like a performance art type of
I think
thing.
Brian at Java Jungle was talking about that a little bit. Maybe having me outside painting or something. Something like this would probably be good. You know, because that's just like colors and just going over it and just going over it and just going over it and just keep doing it.
So you're just going to keep working the mannequin. I guess the idea is just to build a mannequin army.
Yeah,
correct?
until I could sell them all. Just keep paying rent.
Okay,
That's my main.
Before you were doing the mannequin, what you were doing art before that, right? Before 94?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of stuff was it then?
Used to paint on blinds, you know, you'd pull down.
Yeah.
Because they'd be easy to roll up. You could paint on them, roll them up, carry them around, you know, show them different places or whatever.
Did you take
Yeah,
any
just
instruction
nice.
for this, or did you just kind of like teach yourself as you went along?
I went to high school, went to art class there, and went to college. I had a scholarship for college. I went for a semester, but they were still teaching like high school stuff, so I dropped out of that. Yeah, and just been on my own art line ever since, I guess.
And what, Chris? In addition to all this stuff that you have here, apparently you brought in an actual piece of film, a little bit of video, showing you what you want to set this up.
Well, actually, it's kind of like a promotional video that I sent out to this fellow in California. He wanted me to do a lizard cyborg male figure mannequin, which I'm working on now, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. But so it's kind of set up for him. It's just kind of showing other artwork and stuff like that.
Cool.
So.
Cool. We roll them right now. Chris Fayre, ladies and gentlemen. Chris, thanks for coming to the show. Chris Fayre, ladies and gentlemen. Hold these photos up.
Hello, Literary Cafe Talk Show, located in beautiful Trendmont.
Hi, I'm the talking Christmas tree, and I think everyone should max out their credit cards this year. Ho, ho, ho.
First of all, that would not be prudent. And second of all, you're a crackpot. I know you're not a talking Christmas tree. Let's watch this next clip.
Je pensais que le Petit Ballon était plus ou moins bien, mais je préfère regarder la série Les Amis.
Hi! I'm here. What am I doing here? I'm here because we have this little thing that we're going to show you. It's Spaces, fast forward, rewind from Saturday, November the 8th. And, well, let's just shoot some pictures. That sucked. There are a lot of boring things about this whole event, but the main reason and the most exciting thing were the people. Look at this. Linda, and you are?
I'm Tom.
Well, nice to meet you, Tom.
You too, Linda.
Hey, where'd you get that drink?
The bar. Enjoy.
The Rewind Lounge.
Would you care to mask consume?
I'd like to just thank the Literary for all of my accomplishments and everything they've done for me. Thank you, Literary Bar.
Yay, Sally. Hey, man, talk, you're on. Talk, you're on. Come on, talk, you're on.
I like music. I didn't look at the art.
We just started working, I get a beer.
Come to my house.
Yes, come on.
So I'm just going to try and get as loaded as I can while I'm here.
That's an excellent idea. So the costumes were pretty cool because, see, the whole thing with this whole fast-forward rewind theme, you didn't even have to dress up if you didn't want to. And then some people really had some really cool ideas, and it was kind of like 8 generations of re-retro. So now that you've seen all these really cool people, I just want to show you a couple shots of artwork that just knocked my socks off. Go on, show this. Chief Wahoo with a banjo in the style of Franz Marc. And my favorite of all, an uncircumcised penis next to a rotten apple core. So at the end of the evening, well, actually the beginning of the evening, they gave away these little door prizes, and you could pick out of a bucket what you wanted to get. So I chose this.
Don't run it yet. Don't run it yet.
No, I've got his back. I've got his back.
Okay, see, and then you got...
Okay.
See.
Ta-da! Oh, man. Well, I had a great time, and I hope you did too. And you know, the whole reason for this is to support Spaces and all the artists in this community. Go team!
Some sweet talking girl comes along, singing a song. Don't mess around, you just gotta be strong. Just stop.
Boom chuck chucking boing boing boom chuck chong boom chuck 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 boing boing boom chong boom chuck chucking boing boing boom chuck chong boom chuck 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 boing boing boom chuck boing boom chuck chucking boing boom chuck chong boing boom chuck 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 boing boom chuck.
This marks the end of our first year on cable access, and I'd like to thank the following people for making it happen. First of all, the band members, Lenny DeCosmo, Doug Gillard, Andrew Kleinberg, Tom Zubal, Mike Zubal, John Scully, Joe Milan, John Rynes, John McAndrews, John Fisher, and Kevin Lytle, Ed Kleinberg, Buzz Dickerson, Anna McDermott, Aaron McDermott, Melody Grable, Buzz Dickerson, David Cudney, Tony Gray, Max Hudson,